Hello everybody and welcome back to another video for the day. We are heading back into r/AmITheDevil, and if you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up them wholesome internet discussions, and if you guys have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on them notifications. Also, if you guys would like to save 10% on your next order of gamer subs, use code Tommy at checkout or click the link down below. It'll automatically apply the discount to your transaction, and it helps support the channel. Thank you. Best man goes rogue and ends up demoted from the bridal party. My fiance, F30, and I, M35, are getting married in November. I asked my lifelong friend, Hayden, M35, to be my best man. He accepted. The preparations were underway. About a month ago, Hayden asked if he could bring a +1. We had not originally planned to give him a +1, as he is not in a relationship and has been a close family friend for our entire lives. He knows many people who will be at the wedding, including my family and some other close family friends. Given the RSVP deadline had not passed yet, we asked Hayden to wait until we had the final numbers, and then we would let him know. He did not take this for an answer and kept pushing the issue. The person he wanted to bring was not a partner, but a friend that neither me or my fiance had ever met. I expressed my hesitation at having a stranger at the wedding, and Hayden became upset. He told me that he wasn't asking for much, that he would pay for his friend if money wasn't an issue, and that he was glad that I wanted him to be lonely at the wedding. At this point, to keep the peace, I told his friend that he could come, but Hayden was upset and said that he wasn't even sure if he still wanted to go at this point. I gave him a few days to cool off and gave him a call. He once again expressed how upset that he was that he had been denied a +1, despite the fact that we agreed to let him bring one, and said that he was so upset that he did not want us to see us before the wedding. This was particularly hurtful, as being the best man, he is meant to be organizing and hosting a bachelor party. In addition, this is a very close, lifelong friend, and it was painful to hear him say that he no longer wanted to see us. I tried my best to explain things from our perspective, but he did not want to hear it, and hung up on me. He was also canceled our scheduled suit shopping trip, and said that he will be paying his own way. Yesterday, he called and asked if we could just move on. He said that he wanted to forget about the argument. As much as I wanted that, I also believed I deserved an apology for how he had acted. He refused to apologize, and it was then that I told him that I no longer wanted him to be my best man. And I feel that it is somewhat unreasonable to demand a +1 as a member of a bridal party who is not in the relationship, particularly given he knows many people who would be attending and wanted to bring someone that neither me nor my fiance had met. The biggest issue, though, is how he acted since. As a 30-year-old man, I feel like he had been rather childish and emotionally manipulative. I'm not convinced that he can put aside his feelings and be there for me on my special day. We have not spoken since, and now I am unsure if he will be at the wedding, let alone if we are still friends. So all of this because you didn't let your friend bring a +1 that they very much gave you a heads up for. It's not like they were showing up out of nowhere with them. The more you think about it, the more it just gets a little weird. It's just like, yeah, you're not allowed to bring a +1 unless you're in a relationship with them. That doesn't sound weird at all.
Others can have a +1, but because you are not in a relationship with yours, you cannot bring them.
That doesn't sound right at all. It just sounds stupid. And like I stated before, I can understand an anger being justified if you just suddenly show up with an additional person. Like, if I'm hanging out with friends and I invite the friends over and they show up with an extra 3 people, I'm gonna be upset because I invited you, not them. But this isn't the case there. They were giving you an ample time to tell, hey, can I bring this +1? Because also a lot of other people happen to be bringing +1. And who knows, it might be somebody you wind up getting along with, becoming friends with too. I think I'm experiencing retroactive jealousy or relationship OCD. It's debilitating. Me and my girlfriend have been together for 1 year and 4 months, and it has been an amazing relationship. We are both deeply in love. She has only had S with one other man, and she has told me that I'm the best S and the best partner that she's ever had. Some things have happened that have made me insecure about the size of my Jolly Roger. When we first started dating, my girlfriend told me that I have a big redacted in context. But I'm wondering if she just said that to be nice, because a few weeks before that, I was showing her some random photo in my phone, and my gallery was open where you could see all the smaller sized photos, and there was one screenshot I took of a YouTube video that had a title that said, "Does size matter?" So I'm wondering if she saw this and then wanted to make me feel better about myself, and then told me that I have this. Later on in our relationship, we were talking, and I said that I was like 6 feet tall. She said, "No, you're not." And I said, "Okay, I'm 5'11", and then she said, "Do you lie about the size of other things?" The comment made me feel insecure, so I asked her what she meant right after that, and she said it was just a joke. Then, one time, she was showing me a conversation with her friends in their group chat, and scrolled past a conversation that her friends were having about when we messed around for the first time. One of her friends asked my girlfriend, "Was he big?" And she didn't respond to it, and said that it was great. So, I asked her why she didn't respond to that question, and she said, "I didn't want to tell my friend something that, like, it's the biggest I've ever seen, and then have my friends thinking about that because that would be weird." So, I said, "Okay, it's understandable," but it just made me feel like she doesn't think that it's very impressive, because why didn't she respond to that question? I know the majority of women would have said something. Later on in our friendship, we were talking about something lewd, and I said that I have taken pictures of it and measured it out of curiosity. She asked if she could see pictures, so I showed them to her, and the photo where I measured it at 6.5 inches, she said, "You're packing, and that's so hot." But I'm wondering if she just said that to be nice. A few months after that, I asked her what she likes about it, and she said that, "No, it's the perfect size, not too big, not too small, and it has a good girth." But I've heard that if a girl says that it's the perfect size, it means that she's just being nice, and she doesn't want to tell you that it's on the smaller size, or not that impressive. So, maybe she said this because I put her on the spot and asked her what she likes about it. Something happened that recently made me feel insecure. Me and my girlfriend were talking about our lewd lives, and somehow the topic got brought up about what we have told our friends about it. She said that she told her friends that I'm the perfect size, not too big, not too small, good girth, and she cries happy tears when this happens, which I've witnessed, and she said that it is new for her because she's never done that before. Then I said, "That's good," and asked her if there was anything else. She made a whole wide-eyed face. It indicated to me that she didn't want to tell me something. I asked her what it is. She said it's nothing. So I asked her again, and she said, "Do you really want to know about Matt's equipment?" I said, "No, I don't." Yes, she said this. She says funny things like that. Matt is her best friend's boyfriend. A few days later, I asked her why she made that wide-eyed face, and why she didn't want to tell me what she said. She said that she didn't realize that she made a face like that, and that she probably did that because her best friend was talking about her boyfriend's pecker in an explicit way. My girlfriend said that her best friend, just that Matt apparently is, really packing. She said that she didn't think I'd want to hear about it. I asked her if she was impressed or enamored by what her friend said, and she said no. I asked her if she has a crush on her best friend's boyfriend, and she said no and thinks he's kinda ugly. She was offended that I would even think that she has feelings for him because she's so in love with me. I asked her if she wishes that I was bigger or if I had a different pecker, and she said no. She said that even if Matt is bigger, she doesn't give a darn, and that she loves me for how I am. She said that her best friend did not say how big he was, and didn't show her a picture. Her best friend said that sometimes it hurts when they do this, and my girlfriend said that's unfortunate, and that when we mess around, it's not painful. She told me she doesn't wish that I was bigger. She was initially pretty upset that I would think that she had a crush on another man, or that I would think that she wishes that I was different. But eventually, she was very understanding of how I felt, and asked me if there was any way that she could make me feel more validated in our relationship. I just feel like it was very disrespectful, and that she would tell me about her best friend's boyfriend's thing. I understand that I asked her what else she was said between her friends, but why did she choose to disclose that information to me? I feel like she may have said it to dent my ego and make me feel insecure. But I just have this weird feeling that she was impressed by what her friends said, and that she wishes I was bigger because she made that wide-eyed face, and was hesitant to tell me about it. And also the previous comment, she made me feel like she wishes that I was bigger. I'm feeling very uncomfortable about these situations, and it's debilitating. Is this valid, or has she said what she said is reasonable for me to feel a bit uncomfortable? That just kind of sounds like your anxiety is trying to make you think things that are very much not there. And yeah, I can understand if you feel insecure about something about your body, like if you think you're not looking good, like if you feel like you gain weight, your mind tells you, hey, you're not that attractive. You're just not into the type of body that you are. So just getting that outside peer review of like, I think you look nice, it can definitely sometimes, it can make you feel better. At the same time though, it can be kind of hard to accept it sometimes because that little person in the back of your mind is going to be saying, no, they're lying. But it kind of seems like this whole critique of the pecker seems to be the centerpiece of most of your anxiety for some reason. And if I dealt with somebody, if I had a significant other that was trying to highlight that every single day, I'd be feeling weird about being around them too, and I don't think I'd probably stick around them. Times I effed up by telling my 35-year-old wife that she looks hot in a 20-year-old picture. So this happened last night, and I'm not sure how this is going to end. I'd like to begin by stating that I'm not a perv. That being said, I may have done something pervy, and I now hate myself. This screwed up is innocent enough, I think, but the implications are terrible. I'll let you be the judge. So, yesterday, my lovely, beautiful 35-year-old wife went to her grandmother's house to help clean out her old bedrooms. She lived with her in her high school years because her mother moved away, and she didn't want to have to change schools. So she stayed. Her room at Grandma's has gone pretty much untouched since she moved in with me 16 years ago. Anyways, she got home late last night and was very excited to show me some of her treasures for decades past that she recovered from her childhood bedroom. Unfortunately, her show and tell session coincided with a playoff game, so she did not have my undivided attention. Even though the Titans clearly had it in the bag, you have to watch until the end just in case. She showed me her sketchbook. Very nice and clear. You could have been an artist. An article that she wrote that was published in a local newspaper. Wow, babe, you could have been a journalist. Fumble. And some other stuff. Then she breaks out a dusty photo album of the good old days of disposable cameras. I got detailed history of every picture of her, her friends, her siblings, people she doesn't even remember, places that no longer exist. I was not paying attention, I'll admit that. She flipped through page after page as she sat beside me on the couch, and I glanced at the pictures and gave my obligatory, "That's nice," or "Wow, look at that" response. Everything was going peachy until she flipped the page and said, "This is a picture of me at the beach." And I glanced. It was her in her bikini. Her, my wife, in a bikini. I said, "Damn!" and looked back to the TV. A silence from her. I feel that something is wrong. I can feel her eyes on the side of my face. I said the wrong thing. What did I do? I risk a peek at her face. She's shocked. I have obviously grown a grotesque second head on my shoulder because the look on her face could not be the result of anything less. "What?" I asked stupidly. "What the F does that mean? I show you a picture of me when I was 15 freaking years old, and you say that? You find that attractive? You're disgusting." I have no answer. I just kind of look at her, wishing that she'd start laughing at letting me know that she freaking is messing with me. But no, the same expression of rage and disappointment. I don't know what to do. I kind of stuttered out, but it's you. You know, younger, I guess, but you're hot. I'm sorry, you've always been hot. What the F am I supposed to say? She tells me that's the little girl in the picture no longer exists. That it's not her, but a memory, and that I'm a weirdo. I have nothing to say. I just want this conversation to be over. There are 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. I get the brilliant idea to say, "Look, I wasn't paying attention. Let me see the picture again. I'm sure you aren't hot." Smooth. I won't go into too much detail about the rest of the conversation, but suffice it to say that I am sleeping on the couch and should apparently be on a list of folks to keep an eye on. All I wanted to do was watch football. TLDR, I saw a picture of my wife taken when she was 15 and suggested that she was hot. Edit. I should add her grandmother is being moved to hospice care. She does not normally react this way, but I think she's under a lot of stress. Also, I have read your comments and agree that this has more to do with me ignoring her than me thinking that she was a hottie at 15. She needs me to be there to listen to her, and I blew it. Thank you for your feedback, though. It's a lot to think about. Edit 2. Hooray, I made the front page. I wanted to update the folks who seem genuinely interested. My wife and I talked about it, and we are doing just fine now. She is not crazy, not a bee, and we are not getting a divorce. Some of you also suggested her reaction may have been the result of past trauma. She assured me that this is not the case. She's just stressed and was angry with me. Lastly, fellas, please stop suggesting that I did nothing wrong because they think it's pretty natural and okay to be attracted to teenage girls. It is not. I don't care how developed they are. Stop it. A final edit. Sorry if I ghosted you guys. I took some of your advice and have been giving my wife my undivided attention. I am not used to this amount of attention or scrutiny. And honestly, it's been a mixed bag. It is Reddit. I asked for it, but now that I've got it, I feel kinda like a young actress who wanted a private meeting with Harvey Weinstein. So, I'll try to read your 4K comments and reply to anyone who I feel might be waiting for one. But not now. Thanks for your support and advice. And thank you for mocking, trolling, and ridiculing me as well. It's all in good fun, I hope. But with that, that is going to have to be it with the video. If you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support, and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up them wholesome internet discussions, and if you guys have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications. I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye!